Hello! Today we're going to carry on with our letter. Yesterday we completed the first 4 steps and today we start step 5, adding any extra information you would like to tell them. Remember, we're going to tell them about our day at Grandpa's. We're going to break it down into 3 parts. Today we're going to write about your day at Grandpa's up to the point just before we see the escaped zoo monkeys, which is about 2 minutes and 8 seconds into the film. This is what we did yesterday. So we're going to follow on from that. So you might want to pause the video at this stage and get the letter you started yesterday, your action track, your word maps, and any writing you did last week. If you don't have them with you to hand, they are under resources for Tuesday, so you could print them off again from there. When you've got all those things, come back. So to help me write, I'm going to use my action track and any writing I did last week. So here is my example. I'm going to read it to you, and then we're going to look at it in more detail and see where we can pick up the stamps. So remember, yesterday I did my introduction and I told them I'd been going to Grandpa's. Now today I start with more detail. So the day started like any other. Just as we were about to leave the house, my dad's phone rang. His work needed him, like always. This meant he couldn't take me to Mr. Moojoof like he had promised, but was taking me to my grandpa's instead. I was so disappointed. I felt sad and grumpy all the way over. I love my grandpa, but there is never much to do at his house. The only place of any interest is the garage. You should see it, piled high from floor to ceiling with boxes stuffed with dusty memories and old junk. My dad did not stay long, and Grandpa was mowing the lawn, meaning I had nothing to do. I slumped down on a box in the garage, feeling bored and irritable. Out of the corner of my eye, I spotted a photograph perched on top of a stack of boxes that were dangerously tilting to one side. I carefully built a tower of boxes, balanced them on top of an old creaking go-kart, and climbed up to take a closer look. Out of nowhere, the boxes gave way, sending me crashing to the ground. Grandpa came running. I have never seen him run so fast. You would have found it funny. I thought Grandpa would tell me off for making a mess, but he didn't. He smiled and asked me if I would like to take the old go-kart for a spin. I was unsure at first. It did not look safe, but I agreed it was worth a try. It had to be better than nothing. We took off down the street, Grandpa pulling me in the creaking cart while I sat back and relaxed. The day was warm and sunny and the street was still and quiet, and I could hear the sounds of the birds singing in the trees and feel the gentle breeze on my skin as we made our way past the neat row of ordinary-looking houses. Okay, so the first stamp you'll get is for writing in the first person. Remember, we looked at this last week, and it means writing as if it happened to you and using words like I and me. The second stamp you can earn is for using past tense. These events have already happened to you, so you need to make sure that you use past tense verbs like climbed instead of climb. The third stamp you can earn is for setting the scene. Have you described how you ended up at Grandpa's? And the fourth is for adding detail. How does it look, smell, feel? How do you feel? You can earn a bonus stamp for writing in a chatty, informal style, which means writing in the same way that you would have a conversation with someone. You can show this by talking to the reader directly, asking them questions and telling them how you feel. For example, I said, you would have found it funny, talking directly to them. Now your turn. Have a go at writing up to the part just before the escaped zoo monkeys arrive, thinking about earning the stamps. You may want to watch the clip up to 2 minutes and 8 seconds to remind yourself of what happened. And as you write, you may want to look back at the last slide to remind you of what to do. Remember, you can use the word maps and your action track and any other writing you did last week to help you. Come back tomorrow when we will continue writing about our exciting day at Grandpa's. Good luck.